Good afternoon and welcome to the Employee Training for Workforce Management, also known as WFM. My name is Leanne and I am a payroll specialist in the Human Resources Department. WFM is replacing our current time card system, known as UTM. Our go-live date for the new system is June 13. We do ask that you hold your questions to the end. We will have a Q&A at the end of the training. In the chat, I am adding a link to this presentation, as well as the employee training checklist. This checklist has links to step-by-step guides and some videos. You will only need to use the employee portion of the checklist. Let's get started.
Now let's see how we navigate to Workforce Management. From your web browser, click on the Okta icon. Then, select UKG Pro. You will automatically appear to the homepage of UKG Pro. This side of the system is remaining the same. This is where you will still see your pay statements, direct deposit, W-4, and W-2 information. From the homepage, navigate to the main menu. Select the Myself icon, navigate down to Workforce Management, and click on Workforce Management. A new screen will appear, and you will be at the homepage of Workforce Management.
Welcome to Workforce Management. This is the home screen of the new time system. Let's go over the icons and the tiles on the home screen. On the top left, we have the navigation menu. This is one way in which you can navigate within Workforce Management. We have the home icon. When you have navigated away from the home screen and you need to return, click on the home icon. On the right-hand side, we have the feedback button. This is how you can provide feedback to UKG regarding their product. The help icon. You will use this icon if you need help while working in WFM. The bell icon, also known as the notification center. You can see if you have a task to complete. If you have a task to complete, there will be a number in red hovering over the icon. We also have tiles. The tiles are ways you can navigate within WFM. Our first tile is the My Time Card tile. This is one way in which you can open your time card. The My Notifications tile is how you can see what type of task you need to complete. Remember how I said if you have a notification, the bell icon will have a red number hovering over it. This tile will show you exactly where you need to go to complete the required task. If there is a number in the gray circle, then this is the type of task you need to complete. The My Schedule tile. This is how you will submit a time off request in the system. Now we're going to navigate to our time card. To navigate to your time card, from the My Time Card tile, click the blue arrow. Then your time card appears. Now the first thing you will notice is that you will only see 1 week at a time. This is a change management piece that will take some time to get used to, but over time you will get accustomed to this change. If you are an exempt employee, your time card will still auto-populate your hours worked. Let's go over all of the features of the time card. We have Previous, Today, and Next. This is how you navigate between the pay weeks in the pay period. Add New. This is how you add any pay code other than hours worked. List View. This displays each day in a stacked view for the selected time frame. Each day lists hours worked, pay codes, daily total, and total time to date. The view we are sitting in is Table View, and I prefer Table View. Approve. This is how you approve and submit your time card. Remove Approval. This is how you would remove your approval. Sometimes we submit our time card and forget that we need to add a comment or change time from worked hours to sick leave. If this is the case, then you would remove your approval, make the necessary changes, and then reapprove your time card. On the right-hand side, we have the calendar. The calendar is a way you can select a different time period to view. From the drop-down arrow, you can see all of your options. You will also have a select range option. When you click on the select range, the calendar will appear for you to select the specific dates you want to view. Once you select the dates, you would click on the Apply button and those dates appear on the time card. When you first get into your time card, you should always be sitting in current pay period. Share. This is how you print your time card. And Save. To save time you have entered or changes you have made to your time card. There are also 3 tabs at the bottom of the time card: Totals, Accruals, and Historical Corrections. Totals displays the total hours on your time card by pay code and GLJL keys. Accruals displays your accrual balances. This is also where our accruals will now live. Historical Corrections. This is where you have adjustments to your time card from a previous pay period that has already been signed off. If corrections need to be made, this is where those corrections will be seen. You also see each individual day with the day and number. Then we have a week column and a time frame column. The week column is how you see what your time card is doing for each individual week. The time frame column is how you will see what your time card is doing for the entire time frame of the pay period. You also see this home line. There is a home line auto-generated on your time card. The home line is pay code 002 hours worked. You no longer have to manually add pay code 002 hours worked to your time card. Once you have entered a pay code into your time card, that pay code carries over week to week. You will no longer have to manually add pay codes each week into your time card. For example, the home line is automatically generated to your time card for both weeks of the pay period. You will enter your hours worked on the home line. But if you add additional pay codes to your time card, they will be visible on both weeks of the pay period.
Let's go over how you enter time into your time card. First, you want to select the correct pay period. From the calendar dropdown, select Current Pay Period. On the home line, which is now pay code 002 hours worked, select the cell of the day you need to enter worked hours. Enter the number of hours worked, then on the top right, select Save. You will do this for each day of the week. To navigate to the second week of the pay period, you select the next icon. Then enter your hours as you did in the first week of the pay period. Now we're going to learn how to enter additional pay codes to the time card. From the time card, ensure you are on the correct pay period. On the Actions toolbar, we're going to click on the Add New icon. Our project box slider appears. From the pay code drop-down box, either scroll using the scroll bar or enter the pay code name. Select the pay code, then click on Apply. The pay code you selected is now on your time card. Enter the hours for this pay code on the desired date. Once done, click Save. You will repeat these steps for each additional pay code needed within a pay period.
For entering FMLA on your time card, employees, managers, and payroll reps can enter FMLA on a time card for the employee. An employee only gains access to the FMLA pay code once they have been approved. The FMLA pay code will then appear in the pay code dropdown. When the FMLA pay code is used, accruals will automatically populate on the time card, and in this order: sick leave, admin leave, holiday, comp taken, and vacation. Once accruals are exhausted, then sick leave without pay will automatically populate in the time card. We do have step-by-step guide and video for entering FMLA on your time card. They are available on the HR Payroll website as well as on the checklist in the Zoom chat. Please utilize those resources if you need to add FMLA to your time card. For questions regarding FMLA, please contact the leave specialist at hr_FMLA@co.larimer.co.us. Holiday deferrals. There would be 4 reasons why you would need to defer the holiday. The first is because you actually worked hours on the holiday. The second is because you worked extra hours not on the holiday, but within the holiday week. The third is because you actually worked hours on the holiday and some extra hours on days other than the holiday. And the fourth is if you are an exempt employee needing to defer the holiday. Our first WFM pay period, June 13th through June 26th, will contain a holiday.
Now let's show you how to defer the holiday. To defer hours worked on the holiday from our time card on the home line, we're going to enter the number of hours worked on the holiday. Then click Save. From the Totals tab on the time card, you will now see that we have holiday credit on our time card. What this means is that the holiday hours will automatically be credited to the holiday bank. Now we're going to go over how to defer extra worked hours not worked on the holiday. From our time card, we're going to select the Add New icon. Our project box slider appears. Next to our transfers box, we're going to click on the blue arrow. Then we're going to select Add a Work Rule and Holiday Deferred. Now we'll click on Apply 2 times. Now you see Holiday Deferred has appeared on our time card. On the holiday, we're going to enter the number of hours that we need to defer for the holiday. Then we're going to click on Save. From the Totals tab, you will now see Holiday Deferred on our time card. What this means is that our holiday hours will automatically be deferred to the holiday bank. Now the last example, which is deferring some hours actually worked on the holiday plus some extra hours worked on days other than the holiday. This is a combination of the first 2 examples. To start, we're going to enter the number of hours we worked on the holiday. Then we're going to hit Save. As you can see from the Totals tab, we have our holiday credit. Now to defer the rest of our time, we're going to select the Add New icon on the top of our time card. Our project transfer box appears, and we're going to click on the blue arrow. Now we're going to select Add Work Rule, Holiday Deferred. We're going to click Apply 2 times. Our Holiday Deferred line appears on our time card. So on the holiday, we are going to enter the number of hours we need to defer and click Save. Now you will see that we are deferring some time and crediting some time. So what this means is that the holiday hours will automatically be credited and deferred to the holiday bank. Now keep in mind, when you are deferring your holiday, you have to enter those hours on the actual holiday for them to defer.
Comp banks. You must fill out the comp time agreement to be able to use comp time. It must be completed and approved. Upon approval, your payroll rep will update your profile to reflect comp time. Now, if you are already approved for comp time, a new form is not required for the new system. When your comp bank is at the max balance or reaches the max balance during a pay period, hours will automatically pay out at a rate of 1.5. The county standard comp bank max is 60 hours. we do have two offices that have different comp bank maxes to support their business need. Let's go over comp bank. When your comp bank balance is under the max allowed of 60 hours, as you see on our time card, our employee worked 44 hours for the week, so 4 hours over 40. What that means is 6 hours are going to go to the comp bank. The calculation is 4 hours times 1.5, which equals 6 hours of comp time. On the accruals tab of the time card, you will see that the comp time has been added to the time card. If our comp bank has reached its limit of 60 hours, again, our employee worked 44 hours, so 4 hours over 40. 6 hours will go to comp overflow, meaning it's going to get paid out. Again, it's 4 hours times 1.5, which equals 6 hours. On the time card, you will see this home comp over max. This is where you will see those 6 hours, and it is telling the time card 6 hours need to be paid out. On the totals tab of the time card, you will see the comp over max on the time card with 6 hours, and it'll show as being paid out.
Now let's see how we review and approve our time card. On the time card, look at the week column for each week of the pay period and make sure your hours are accurate. At the bottom of the time card, select the Totals tab. From the first drop-down menu, select the time frame in which you would like to view. All or daily are the preferred method. We're going to select all. From the second drop-down menu, select how you would like to view the totals. You can view totals by pay code, all, location and job, cost center, or labor category. We're going to select pay code. Verify that the hours on your time card match those associated with the Totals tab. Hours worked matches hours worked. Any vacation or sick totals on the time card match in the Totals tab. If there is a holiday, make sure your holiday's hours match accordingly. Pay attention to the total paid hours. This is how many hours you will be paid for that pay period. Once you have reviewed your time card and ensured it for accuracy, you will approve it. From the Actions toolbar, select the Approve icon. The Confirm Attestation slider box appears. Select Approve to certify that your time card is accurate. Then click Submit. Once you have approved your time card, the background color of the time card changes to a yellow background. Once your manager has approved your time card, the background will change to a purple background.
Accruals will now accrue on the last day of the pay period. Accruals will live in the WFM side of the system. Current and future balances are visible on the time card. Once you have earned your accruals, they are available to use. You must be in paid status for at least half of the pay period to earn your accruals. Well, what is paid status? Paid status is when you have either worked and/or used earned leave time for at least half of your scheduled worked hours in a pay period. For example, if you are scheduled to work 80 hours in a pay period, you must use at least 40 or more hours of the below actions. These actions can either be a combination of worked hours and earned leave time, or just one of the actions. For our example, you could have worked 20 hours in the pay period while also using at least 20 hours of already accrued vacation time. That would place you in paid status. Therefore, you would earn your accruals for that pay period on the last day of the pay period.
To review your accruals, from your time card, select the Accruals tab at the bottom of your time card. There are two columns to see your accruals: balance on selected day and balance with future takings subtracted. For balance on selected day, select the day on your time card to see the accrual balance of that day. Balance with future takings subtracted. Select the day on your time card to see the accrual balance with future time off requests or future time off that has been entered into your time card. To verify you received your accruals at the end of the pay period, select the day before the last day of the pay period on your time card. Look at the balance on selected day. Then, select the last day of the pay period on your time card. Look at the balance on selected day. Your accruals should have increased accordingly. To verify your time off request reduces your accrual balance, select the day before your paid leave on your time card. Look at balance on selected day. Then, select the day of your paid leave on your time card. Look at balance on selected day. Your accrual balance should have decreased accordingly.
Cancel requests will no longer require supervisor approval. What that means is as soon as you cancel your request, those hours will be back in your bank instantly. Approved requests will automatically populate in the time card and automatically reduce the future accrual balance, that balance on future day minus takings. The system will automatically deny a request if the employee does not have enough takings for the time off request, or if the employee won't have enough takings for the future request. Do not enter time off requests in UTM for any time starting June 13th and forward. Wait until go live to enter them in WFM.
Now let's see how we request time off. From the home screen of WFM, on the My Schedule tile, click the blue arrow. The My Schedule page now appears. On the top right, click on the Request drop-down. Select Time Off. The Request Time Off slider appears. Under Dates, click on the date that appears. Remove days from the selection by clicking on the day you wish to remove. Then, select the applicable date or dates from the calendar that you wish to request off. Select Apply. Under Deduct From, select the pay code for the time off. For this example, we're going to select Vacation. Under Duration, select the following hours. For start time, enter the time you want to start time off. For example, 8 a.m. For duration, enter the amount of hours needed for the day. So, as you see, we selected 3 days. For each day, I want 8 hours. So I'm going to select 8 hours. You can now do one of the following. You can add comments to the request before submitting it by clicking Review, or submit the request now by selecting Submit. Once the time off request is submitted, an alert will be sent to your supervisor. When done, click on Done.
If you have a future time off request from June 13th forward in UTM, please remove it. Future time off in UTM will not flow over to WFM. If the future time off is not removed from UTM when we pull balances on June 19th, the balances will not be correct. We have to process and confirm payroll before we can upload accrual balances. Therefore, accrual banks will be uploaded into WFM on June 19th. If you have any time request from June 13th and forward, you will not be able to enter that time off request until June 19th. Now, as you think of your questions and start putting them into the chat, I would like to go over some Go Live support that we will be providing. On Go Live, June 13th, 14th, and 17th, we will be providing an all-day drop-in Zoom session. This is for all roles. As you start navigating within Workforce Management and have questions or get stuck, you are more than welcome to hop into the Zoom session and get live support. Then, as the pay period starts to wrap up, you will have another drop-in session available, and that is on June 26th, and that will be from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. We will send out a communication with sign-in instructions and the universal link. Your time card in UTM needs to be completed and signed off by end of day, June 12th. You will lose access to UTM on end of business day, June 14th. You will gain access to WFM on June 13th. So starting June 13th, you will start entering your time in our new system for that pay period. Thank you for attending this training of the new Time Management Workforce System, also known as WFM. Have a great day.